Question number 7. What career training certificates do you offer? So if you look on the brochure on page 10, down the left-hand side of page 10, you will see a list of the basic career training programs that we currently offer. We are looking to offer more, but for right now, at this current moment, these are the programs we offer. There's a certificate in Microsoft Application Specialist, Administrative Assistant 1, Administrative Assistant 2, Data Entry Clerk, Accounting Clerk 1, and Accounting Clerk 2. We also can make some specialized programs. For example, if you had something specific that you wanted to learn, and we can come up with a combination of classes between the classes that we offer here on site and some online programs. We can put together a customized program for you. So those are our certificate programs. Also, not to forget our clinical medical assisting and our pharmacy technician program certificate classes. But again, we won't be talking about those here, but that is something that you can also consider. Okay, so now turning over to the back side of the frequently asked questions. Do you offer classes online? And the answer to that question is yes, we do offer online classes. We have an education partner with whom we offer our online classes, and that partner is called Education to Go. And the web address is on page 12. Is on page 12 of the catalog. I'm sorry. Actually, it's not on page 12, but I will give it to you, and we can also help you get online and get signed up on some of those classes. But the web address is www.ed2go. That's ed the number 2 go.com/NHAS. And there are a number of classes that are on the Ed2Go website that you can check out. And again, if there's something if there's a specific career training program that we can look at our classes on Ed2Go and maybe create a custom career training track for you, that's something that we would be willing to do, and we can sit down and work on that together. Most of the fees for the online classes is $79. There are a few classes that are more than $79, but most of the online class fees are $79. If you're a certificate student, you can use our computer lab at no additional fee. However, if you're taking it just as a standalone class and you wanted to use our computer lab, there will be an additional $10 fee added onto the $79. However, with the online classes, you are perfectly welcome to take them from home or wherever else you might have access to a computer. Okay, so the next question is, when can I start classes? So let's get ready for that question. Some classes have a specific start date, and you must start these classes on that date. For example, the Say Hello to Computer class, which is in the brochure on page 13, the evening class starts on Monday, January 10th, and the daytime class starts on Tuesday, January 11th. If you were taking those classes, you would definitely need to start them on time, on the specific start date. The job prep workshops that are also down the right-hand side of page 13 have different start dates, and you would need to do those based on those start dates. The accounting class, which is on page 14. I'm sorry, it's on page 11. You would need to start those classes pretty much on time, unless you are someone who enjoys working independently. We do have some students who prefer to work independently. You can work independently, however, the teacher's focus will be on the student work groups that are already established and the work groups that started on the specific start dates. So if you see those dates in there, you would need to start on time for those, as well as office skills. You would need to start with the specific start date for them. However, the Career Skills Center, which is on page 12 of the catalog, is where we have all our different computer and office technology classes. You could potentially start those classes on a day other than the start date if space was available. So if we started in January and our class counts were pretty full, we probably would not allow any students to join until our mid-quarter start date on February 14th. However, if attendance were low or if enrollment were low, then we would go ahead and see if we can get some people to start class later in the term without having to wait until the mid-quarter start date. Right now, our numbers in most of our classes are looking pretty good, and I don't anticipate the need to have students start at dates other than our specified start dates. But there are occasions when we will go ahead as time and space allows, and if someone has some really extenuating circumstances, there are some times when we will allow students to start at other dates. We'll take those on a case-by-case basis, and you would just need to let us know, and we would kind of talk about what it is and what it would look like. So that is question number 9. When do classes start? Oh, let me specifically speak to the workplace basic skills, which is also on page 13 in the catalog. You can start that class at any time within the term. We always recommend that you start early so that you are with the rest of the class, but that is a class that you can start at any time in the term as well, as long as we have space available. Okay, question number 10. How long does it take to complete a certificate program? And question number 11 is how long does it take to complete the computer class? I'm going to answer those two questions together because the answer for both is really the same. Our program at New Haven Adult School is very flexible in terms of time. So if you are in our computer classes, which all of our certificate programs include some core computer classes that you must take or in some cases test out of in order to receive a certificate. So for example, if you look on page 10 in the brochure, at the top of the page where it says Office Occupation Certificates, Core Classes. And these again are the classes that are required for all certificates. The core classes are Windows Internet, Microsoft Word 1, Microsoft Excel, the intensive job prep workshops. And for the job prep workshops, you can either attend the workshops or we have an online class that you can substitute for that requirement. And then the workplace basic skills class. Workplace basic skills it is currently only offered at night. However, we do have some self-paced work that you can do in order to satisfy that requirement. The workplace basic skills class is one that you can test out of. We have certain guidelines in your reading and writing and math skills that if you pass the test at a certain level, then we will consider you to have fulfilled that requirement. Basically what happens with workplace basic skills is we say that all of our certificate students need to be able to test at about a 5th or 6th grade reading and math level. So if you're, 8th grade reading and 6th grade math. So if your reading or math are below those levels, you would need to take some basic skills classes. Those are classes that focus on reading, writing, and math. You would need to take some classes in that until you can pass the test at a higher level. And that's something that you can do self-paced, you can study on your own, or you can attend the workplace basic skills class or any other class we offer here on campus that will help you with your reading and your math. The Windows, Internet, Word 1, and Excel, those are our computer classes, which are all a part of the self-paced program. So how long does it take to complete a computer class? Every student, the time that it takes them to complete a computer class, not all students work at the same pace. Some students work faster than others, so they finish the classes sooner. Some students work slower, so it takes them a little bit longer. Depending on what your reading skills are, if reading is a challenge for you, it would most likely take you longer to complete Word or Excel. With the way our class schedules work, students pretty much get to make up their own schedules. There are some guidelines for the schedules, which I will talk about momentarily. But students who come to school, let's say if a student attends school 12 hours a week, they will finish the course and the certificate program usually much quicker than someone who only attends school 6 hours a week. So it's difficult for us to say how long it will take any one person to finish a computer class. And since our certificate programs are made up of many computer classes, we can't say how long it will take you to complete that, because it just depends on each individual. It depends on how often and how much you come to school and how quickly you can progress through the work. Most students, the average student, we try and set up the courses so that the average student can complete Windows in a quarter or less. Some students complete the Windows in 3 weeks. I've also had students who take the entire term, the entire quarter, working on the Windows curriculum. Some students just test out of the Windows course and don't take it at all, and so they just go ahead and go straight to Microsoft Word. I've had students who just breeze through Microsoft Word and they're finished in 2 weeks, and they go ahead and start Excel. And so those students, they finish rather quickly. But again, we do have some students who take longer. We try and push students to do the best that they can do. So each individual student, we try and push you to do the best that you can do, and to work at the speed that is best for you. However, we don't really compare one student to the next. We just hope that you will do your best and just keep working on the material. So again, I can't really say how long it will take you to complete. It really just depends on your own ability and your time schedule, how much time you can commit to coming to the classes that we have here. So that answers question number 10 and 11. The last thing, question number 12, just gives you the specified start dates for the 2010 and 2011 school year, and so you can read those there. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is how the scheduling and how your own personal schedule of classes will work, and I'll do that in the next segment of this video.